The Vuelta España 2024 crowns a new king here in Spain's capital of Madrid, Primoz Roglic. The Slovenian has equaled the record of most wins in this Spanish Grand Tour with 4, but put an asterisk next to that. We'll circle back to that later. With the win, he made a Slovenian clean sweep of Grand Tours, with countryman Tadej Pogačar winning the Giro d'Italia and Tour de France earlier this year. It's only been done 4 times in history, after France and Spain, and then the United Kingdom most recently in 2018 with Chris Froome, Geraint Thomas, and Simon Yates in the Giro, Tour, and Vuelta. Some were worried that Roglic wouldn't be able to take the start line of Stage 21, a time trial in Madrid, or if he did start the 25-kilometer time trial, that he wouldn't be able to defend his first place overall against Ben O'Connor in second place. Though he led by 2 minutes, an illness rocked the team, forcing helpers Danny Martinez and Patrick Gamper to abandon the race and Nico Dents to miss the time cut in Stage 20. Roglic thankfully was not hit with the same bug and secured his title by 2 minutes, 36 seconds over Ben O'Connor. Spaniard Enric Mas finished 3rd overall. O'Connor led the race for 13 days after a Stage 6 win and held on to 2nd place overall, his highest ever Grand Tour placing. It bodes well for his transfer to home team, Jayco, in 2025. If we're looking down the top 10 in the overall classification, well, behind Mas, Carapaz 4th, Matthias Skilmos in 5th, he was the only mover in this final TT, overcoming Frenchman David Gaudu to take 5th place overall, Gaudu slipping down to 6th, Lipovitz there in 7th, Landa in 8th, Pavel Sivakov 9th, and Carlos Rodriguez in 10th place. Of course, we must mention the time trial here in Madrid, 24.6 kilometers, and Primoz Roglic, in his 5 Grand Tour victories, has never taken a Grand Tour victory without winning a time trial along the way. His last being the Giro d'Italia last year with that Stage 20 time trial victory. Well, he'll have to do without in this Vuelta España, although picking up 3 stage wins along the way before we got here to Madrid. Hats off to Swissman King Küng, Stefan Küng from Groupama FDJ, picking up his first Grand Tour victory. He stormed the course with an average of 55 kilometers an hour. With his time of 26 minutes and 28 seconds, he finished 30 seconds ahead of Primoz Roglic, who was the last rider to start the stage. Remember I said to put an asterisk next to Primoz Roglic's overall wins? Well, there's another rider, Roberto Heras, who won 4 Vuelta Españas, 2000 through 2005. 2005 was his last one riding for Team Liberty Seguros. However, during that Vuelta, he was found to be using blood booster EPO and lost the victory. Through a court battle here in Spain, he later got the victory back, although many noted that still didn't take away the fact that he was using EPO during that race. The Vuelta España marked the end of a long camino for a few riders. Retirees who marked the end of their career here at this race. Belgian Thomas de Gent, who's ridden 501 Grand Tour stages, over 25 Grand Tours, and in that time he's picked up stage victories in all 3 Grand Tours. Or one of our interview favorites, Luis Angel Mate, the Spaniard, who he called the Lynx of Marbella, 17 years as a professional. And oh, what a camino you and I have had over the 3 weeks, covering all 3 Grand Tours this year, here at the Vuelta España. Right over my shoulder, Primoz Roglic getting called up on the podium. Here in this Vuelta España, well, we've covered 3,300 kilometers of racing, 61,000 meters of climbing, over 21 stages, and a lot of transfer miles in the car, driving to and from the stage and on rest days. We started in the capital of Portugal, in Lisbon. We had 3 stages in that country before going to the south of Spain, up to the north of Spain, 9 summit finishes along the way before we finished here in Spain's capital of Madrid. Team UAE won the Giro and Tour with Tadej Pogačar. They didn't end up contending for the GC here, but came away with 3 stage wins. U.S. rider Brandon McNulty, Adam Yates winning a stage, Spaniard Marc Soler as well. Wout van Aert, the Belgian of Visma Lease Bike, 3 stage wins and appeared unbeatable, but crashed and had to abandon as the leader of the points competition and the mountains classification. Also, Caden Groves, 3 sprint stage victories, and he would eventually take home the green jersey classification of points. Jay Vine, the Australian, the mountains classification. And we should note 3 stage wins by second division team Kern Pharma. Huge success for that team that underlined the poor performances by bigger teams with bigger budgets like Team Ineos, EF Education, and Team Bahrain Victorious. But for me, and probably for you, one of the most exciting rides of this Vuelta España had been Ben O'Connor. No one really expected the Australian to come in here and contend for the overall victory and hold on to second place overall. It was down to that aggression, attacking style in stage 6 that earned him a stage victory to add to his stage victories in the Giro d'Italia and Tour de France, where he's finished 4th overall in those races as well in the past. He would then hold on to the leader's red jersey for 13 days. But even when he couldn't hold on any longer, he put up a heck of a fight in stage 19, and then again in stage 20 with his team support defending his second place overall from Enric Mas. But it was the Primoz Reconquista, regaining the jersey, the red jersey that he lost in stage 6, and his status as a Grand Tour star, bouncing back from back injury after his crash and abandon in the Tour de France. He rebounded to win a Grand Tour again after the Giro d'Italia 2023 to mark his 5th Grand Tour victory. The Red Bull Roglic charging into the arena, the Matador no match for this Roglification of the 2024 Vuelta España.